We're back on your favourite local radio station with our remaining moments with Jimmy Carr. What does your mother...
Our remaining moments seems to suggest that things are going to take a turn for the worst here.
Well, they are. These are the difficult questions. These are the questions where you might choose to just walk out. And at this point, I don't care because there's only a few minutes left, so I can pad with music. Nothing to lose. Right. This whole previous 40 minutes has been for nothing. It's just for these questions.
I've enjoyed it. That's the important thing. Go on.
Exactly. And so have I, but then again, I'm easily pleased. What does your mum and dad make of you?
It's a weird thing because I don't have parents.
We'll move on from that question then.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. Why? That's not bad. That's fine. You should keep that in because that's part of life too.
It's an awkward question, though. It doesn't sound very good when I ask that. It implies some form of vindictive questioning, doesn't it?
No, I think that's absolutely fine. There's no problem with that. I think I do genuinely think that's quite a valid thing to keep in because I think sometimes you sort of feel like when you listen to things on the radio or whatever, they're a bit sanitized and people you'd imagine that no one had ever died. People die all the time. People are estranged from people. It's fine.
We've discussed your mum and dad. That didn't go down very well.
That's all right.
At what point did you realise that this is not something that I'm just lucky at doing? This is a way of earning good money at it.
I didn't start till I was 26. I started around the turn of the century, which I'm fond of saying because it sounds rather grand, doesn't it? I started doing comedy at the turn of the century. You're in very safe hands here. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Sounds nice.
What happened at 26 to make you the man you are today?
I was working and I was a bit bored of my job and I thought I would give comedy a go and I was planning to do it as a hobby. I was planning to, I thought I was a success when I was doing 10-minute gigs getting paid 30 quid. I thought that'll do. Fine, a couple of those a week. Keep my head above water. Everything else has been, it's easy to sort of think that there's an avaricious rather. It's easy to think there's an avaricious kind of, barefaced ambition to me that I was always going to be on TV, but of course I wasn't. I just got lucky.
There can't be anything more terrifying, although I know there is, than standing on a stage and doing a gag and them just looking at you as if you've said nothing.
Firstly, there are more terrifying things. I got chased by a shark once. Genuinely, I got chased by a shark. No one ever believes the story of me being chased by a shark because it's so implausible. I was in Key West and we were snorkeling and I got chased by a shark and it was scary. The reason no one believes it is because that's basically the story. There's nothing... It feels like it should be a longer tale.
Do you think it was your flapping hair that attracted him? Or?
Could have been. It was pretty long at the time. Anyway, there are... do you know, it tends not to happen. In a big venue, I tend to be telling jokes that I know are going to work. And in smaller rooms, it's more of a workshop feeling. And I think audiences really like it in a small room when you're trying out new stuff, when stuff doesn't work. Because it's like they're seeing behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. Oh, okay, this is how they get to where they're going. All right.
What about in the beginning, though? Did you have those nights when you were either paid off or you just bombed?
Not many, no. I mean, it's pretty... You would never get paid off. That would be a very old-school comic thing. You'd always be on. And in terms of dying, I've died a couple of times, but not many. Maybe twice.
I don't know whether it's more awkward for the person watching or for the comedian, because you do sympathise at the same time as thinking you really are awful. You should find another job.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. It doesn't happen that much. I mean, it's pretty rare. I mean, sometimes the open spots are awful. But more often than not, they're pretty good.
Why do you work so hard with the tour? I notice every theatre I go in, no matter who I'm interviewing or whether I'm seeing a show, your poster's there on the wall, almost non-stop. Is that because you love it so much and you want to keep doing it, or is it just because you want the money?
It's a heady mix. No, I do it because there's the opportunity there. I mean, I think I've got a weird for a lapsed Catholic, like properly lapsed as well, a weird to have such a Protestant work ethic. But I like to work. I like to be out of the house and to be busy. I like thinking of jokes. I like telling jokes to people. And it seems like a really easy, lovely job. I only work maybe 4 nights a week. It's not that much.
Your DVDs are very grand with the set and everything. Is it you with a mic turning up at a theatre, or is it a big production with catering and all of that nonsense?
It's about halfway between the two. I travel with a guy called Gav, and we've got a projector, and we play some sketches at the beginning of the show, and then I come in and tell the jokes. And it's a pretty nice radio mic. And we don't travel with a big set or whatever. We just use whatever's there. But yeah, it's not a big production. We don't have catering vans, certainly. I just drive myself there.
And what about the loneliness? Because hotels are nice for about 2 days, and then you want to just get home. Do you try and get home every night if you can?
I've got sat-nav in the car, so that talks to me. It's like a conversation. And most hotels these days have got they get the porn from the continent, so it's pretty decent. I sleep in my bed most nights, because it's, unless I'm in Newcastle or Carlisle, really far north, I can drive home. I've got a carbon footprint like a Wookiee.
It is great to talk to you, and thank you for your time, because I know you're a very busy man and you're very popular and everybody seems to want you on, which is nice. It must be great to be in a position where you're asked to do chat shows and things, because you'll bring some life to it.
Do you know what? It's going to be nice on the other side of it as well. It's going to be nice when you used to be that guy. But you know what? I can live with that. It's fine.
Is there any dream left? Do you fancy going to New York and doing it over there, or is there anything?
I've done a lot of stuff in the States. I do the Tonight Show a couple of times a year and Conan O'Brien a couple of times a year. That kind of just going on and doing 5-minute stand-up. And I had a couple of series on Comedy Central. I've been very lucky in America, but I don't spend an awful lot of time there. I like working here. I just think it's nice to be in this country, and we're blessed with the best kind of circuit of theatres in the world. I mean, I can't see why anyone would do an arena tour in the UK, because there's just such wonderful theatres around the country in every town. It's wonderful. So no, I'm sticking with it. I like it.
You're such an animated performer, although your face doesn't necessarily tell the same story. Your words speak for themselves. But do you think your act would work in an arena? Because it's very different, isn't it, with the type of comedy you do?
I don't know if it would, actually. I think the biggest room I play is about a 3,000-seater, but it's a good 3,000-seater. There's a weird kind of sense in which, when you travel around as many theatres as I do, you know what a good 1,000-seater is quite tight. The people are quite close to each other. It's amazing what a difference it makes if there's an extra half a foot on each seat. Like, I play a room in Edinburgh that's a lovely conference centre, and it fits about 1,200 people, and it's about the same size as the Hammersmith Apollo that fits 3,500. Because the seats are that bit more comfortable and it's a bit more luxurious, and they've got bigger aisles and whatever. Whereas the Hammersmith Apollo is a fire trap. So it's nice, to kind of play about a 3,000-seater. Everyone gets a good view. Over a certain number of seats, though, I insist on video cameras and screens, because the experience for the audience, if you're right at the back, you can't see if I raise an eyebrow. And sometimes it's nice to be able to go, oh yeah, no, I'm watching him on the thing. I'm just going to, for the close-up bit, I'm going to watch the screen. It's nice to have that kind of thing. But, if you go much bigger than that, you've got to be a performer like Lee Evans, who's just magnetic, huge screens, massive production, and he's dancing around the place. Or Bill Bailey. I haven't seen the show yet, but I'm going to go and see it. I think that'll be good, because it's music. Music you can get away with a bigger venue.
I think I saw you on Letterman, and it was interesting. The first couple of gags didn't get much, and then they got you, and I was nervous for you.
It's often the way they tune into the accent. It takes them a while to go, oh, he's British. Oh, okay. Oh, these are jokes. He doesn't really mean that. Oh my God.
Do they really talk like that?
That's exactly how they talk, yeah. I do. And Jay Leno is one of the friendliest men in show business. Like, he took me out to a movie last time I saw him. We went to see a Terminator movie, and then we went to his garage to hang out.
How cool is that? So are we ever going to do...
Pretty cool. It's a little bit... Oh, Clunk. Sorry, I've just dropped that name. I'm sorry.
I once had dinner with Sue Pollard.
You once had dinner with Sue Pollard?
Yeah, you've been to the cinema with Leno, one of the biggest stars in the world, and, I know my place.
Wow. What did you see?
Doesn't matter.
Come on, what did you see?
Doesn't matter.
Come on, tell me.
Jimmy Carr, thank you very much for talking to me.
Was it a romantic movie?
What is the name of the DVD?
Did you sit in one of the seats at the back?
I can't remember the name of the DVD.
Did you? What happened with Sue Pollard?
What is the name of the DVD?
The DVD? I forget.
It's, anyway, it's in your stores.
The thing that...
It's got Jimmy Carr on it. Thank you very much for your time. It's been lovely talking to you, I think.
I like the way it's kind of petered out. I think that's good. A lot of people end on a high. Not here.
Don't worry, it'll be all edited out.
Lovely. Thank you very much. It was fun.